Ironing out the logistics of your move can be a headache, so let Behringer Moving and Storage handle it for you. Visit BehringerMoving.com.
Hello and welcome into the WHKY News for Friday, June 6th. I'm Ralph Mangum. The WHKY News is on over-the-air TV every weekday at 5:30 and 10 on channel 14.2 and online anytime at WHKY.com and on our YouTube channel. In today's top stories, the Catawba County Sheriff's Office announced several arrests in connection with the mass shooting Sunday. The suspects were apprehended Thursday and early this morning. Rob Eastwood reports.
Thursday was a busy day for investigators. The Sheriff's Office announced the arrests of 18-year-old Zoe McKenna Braswell of Cages Mountain in Caldwell County, 19-year-old Keandre O'Neill Mack of Hickory, 22-year-old Zachary Michael Bates of Morganton, and 18-year-old Isaiah Kane Mitchell of Lenoir. Early this morning, the Sheriff's Office announced the arrest of 20-year-old Toland Huff Jr., who is listed as homeless. Braswell is charged with felony accessory after the fact. Mack, Bates, Mitchell, and Huff are all charged with attempted first-degree murder. Mitchell also faces a charge of robbery with a dangerous weapon in Burke County. Huff is additionally charged with felony accessory after the fact, assault with a deadly weapon with intent to kill, felony probation violation, and discharge a firearm in the city limits. The first suspect arrested in this case, 20-year-old Garen Nathaniel Killian, had his bond revoked on Thursday. 22-year-old Patrick Lee Talbert of Hickory and 21-year-old Raekwon Malik Craig of Taylorsville were previously arrested and charged with 3 counts apiece of aiding and abetting a person under 21 years of age by allowing the possession of alcoholic beverages. These charges are related to the planning and promotion of the party that was going on at the residence, which was the location of the shooting. The suspects are all charged in connection to the early Sunday morning incident on Walnut Acres Drive in the Mountain View community of Catawba County. 58-year-old Sean Patrick Hood of Lenoir was killed. 11 others were injured in the incident. The investigation is continuing. The Catawba County Sheriff's Office is asking the public to call them with information at 828-464-3112. Reporting for WHKY News, this is Rob Eastwood.
Thank you, Rob. First appearances for the suspects arrested Thursday were scheduled today in Catawba County District Court. Bond is now set at $2.5 million for Huff, $500,000 for Mack, $300,000 for Bates, and $75,000 each for Mitchell and Braswell. 37-year-old Nathaniel James Tate of Stevens Road and 53-year-old Jerry Jerome Benjamin of David Bryant Avenue, both from Morganton, have been arrested by Burke County Sheriff's officers in connection with a shooting on May 31st on Cathy Road. Tate was charged with felony attempted first-degree murder, while Benjamin was charged with discharging a firearm into occupied property. On June 5th, after consulting with the District Attorney's Office, the Sheriff's Office obtained warrants for the arrest of both suspects. They were taken into custody with assistance from the U.S. Marshals. A juvenile was also charged with attempted murder and taken into custody. Following their arrest, Tate and Benjamin were both jailed without bond. They made first appearances in court today and continue to be held without bond. Both suspects will next appear in court on June 27th. We have more information regarding the tragic death of a Hickory firefighter who passed away yesterday while on duty. The deceased is 20-year-old Jake Bridges. He joined the Hickory Fire Department in June 2023. At approximately 1:49 a.m. Thursday, Hickory firefighters were dispatched to a structure fire. The fire was extinguished and firefighters cleared the scene at about 4:52 a.m. After returning to the station, firefighters worked to get the truck back in service. At about 5:08 a.m., firefighter Jake Bridges experienced a medical emergency and was transported to a local hospital. Despite the best efforts of his fellow firefighters, first responders, and medical personnel, Mr. Bridges passed away. The Hickory Fire Department expressed its appreciation to the community and all partner agencies and neighboring departments for their support. Certainly our condolences to Mr. Bridges' family and loved ones. A man has been sentenced in a 2022 murder case. Arianna Mack has the details.
A Conover man has been given a minimum sentence of more than 20 years in prison after pleading guilty to murdering a woman 3 years ago. 28-year-old Shaquan Richard Gibbs was sentenced to 26 to 33 years following his conviction for second-degree murder and assault with a deadly weapon with intent to kill, inflicting serious injury. Gibbs was sentenced during Catawba County Superior Court on Wednesday. Gibbs entered a guilty plea for the June 19, 2022 shooting death of 47-year-old Amy Raelynn Phillips and for shooting her 23-year-old daughter and his longtime girlfriend, Kiera Kelly Johnson, multiple times. When Catawba County deputies and EMS personnel arrived at Phillips' Conover residence, they found Phillips deceased and Johnson suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. Johnson was taken to Catawba Valley Medical Center and later transported by medical helicopter to Carolina's Medical Center in Charlotte for treatment of her injuries. Much more on the case at WHKY.com. I'm Arianna Mack, reporting for WHKY.
Thank you, Arianna. The Hickory Crawdads will put on fireworks displays after their baseball games on June 6th and June 20th, July 4th, 18th, and 25th, August 8th, 22nd, and 23rd, and September 5th. To establish a safe launch or fallout zone for the fireworks, a section of the Aviation Walk and 24th Street Northwest will be closed to the public starting at 6 p.m. on those dates. For the July 4th game, those areas will close at 4 p.m. During those times, access to the fireworks zone will be restricted to professional pyrotechnic staff and the Hickory Fire Department. The location of the fireworks zone has been selected to minimize impacts on surrounding businesses. The boards of commissioners in both Catawba and Alexander counties met earlier this week. You can find details at WHKY.com. Several meetings are scheduled next week involving the City of Hickory's boards and commissions. On Monday, June 9th, the Community Relations Council will meet at Hickory Police Headquarters. That's at 5:30 p.m. At noon, Tuesday, June 10th, the Parks and Recreation Commission will meet at the Highland Recreation Center. Also Tuesday, the Recycling Advisory Board meets at 7:30 p.m. at the Public Services Complex. And on Wednesday, June 11th, the Public Art Commission will convene at the Patrick Beaver Memorial Library. That meeting will begin at 5:30 p.m. In the crime report, more from the courtroom as defendants from Newton and Conover have been sentenced in separate drug trafficking cases. In local sports, a remarkable season for LR baseball comes to an end. In community focus, we'll meet the star of the Hickory Community Theater's production of Waitress. Mostly sunny with highs in the mid to upper 80s today. About the same tomorrow and Sunday with a 20 to 25% chance of rain. We should see highs in the 80s every day next week with some sunshine each day, but also a chance of showers ranging from 15 to 45%. The latest forecast is always there for you at WHKY.com. I'm Ralph Mangum. This is the WHKY News.